Coach Drew.
Hey everybody, Dr. Andrew Blackwood, also known as Coach Drew. I am here coming to you in my deconstruction, under construction phase where I am stripping everything down, being raw, being transparent, and just giving it to you as it comes to me. So, what I want to talk to you about in this video is the cost of an unhealed soul. What is an unhealed soul? In my last video, I talked a little bit about trauma and how it can take on so many different forms. And I like to start with myself to give examples because it prevents me from talking about other people's business, but also so I can connect with it and share it with you, because I've had my share of trauma and I've gone through my share of healing. And so in case you haven't seen the last video, trauma can be anything that conveys to us something about our world and ourselves that leaves us feeling pain and impoverished. That conveys to us things that are not true about ourselves, that tell us that we are not worthy of love, or that we can't live in this world and be well. And one of my experiences of trauma was watching or being exposed to a rape scene in a movie. I was younger than 8, and it was from the movie Roots, and it messed me up on a number of levels. Just remembering sounds. I should probably give a disclaimer at the beginning of this video. Maybe I'll go back and do that. But those images and the sounds, the ideas at such a young age, it permeated my mind and my soul. It strongly impaired and influenced my thoughts and views and experiences of sex and sexuality and sensuality. And at that age, you're not equipped to understand, experience, sort out all of that stuff. And for those of you who've gone through any kind of abuse or trauma, you know, I think you get what I'm talking about. And sometimes we think trauma is the only things that happen to us, but sometimes you can experience vicarious trauma, which is a trauma in and of itself, when somebody else you know has been abused, hurt, or experienced trauma. When you witness it, when you hear it, when you see it, it can impact you. And when those situations go unaddressed, those hurts, those injuries, they're unhealed. And we grow with them, and we cope with them, and we learn to survive with them, but we don't realize how that informs the way that we see the world and the way that we function, because it informs our thoughts and feelings about ourselves. Our thoughts and feelings about ourselves. I am trying to find ways to help more people. And one of the things that I am working on is a course called Healthy Mind, Healthy Me. And it really breaks down from my perspective, the basic components of the mind, how it works, thought patterns, flavors of thought. And when we're not aware of those things, we're painfully unaware of ourselves. And here's the cost of being unaware and having an unhealed soul. We engage in a world looking for healing, looking for acceptance, looking for love, looking for validation. Somebody to say to us that we're okay and that we're worth something. And a lot of the times we get into relationships looking to receive, And that becomes problematic because when we're looking to receive from someone, we're in a position of need. And I know we're created as relational beings, so there's an element of being in a relationship that is an essential part of being human. Yes, we need other people. But do we need other people to convince us, to indoctrinate us about our own worth? Because without that, we feel unworthy, we feel unloved. So we'll do anything to get it, anything to get it. We'll say anything, we'll do anything, just so we can feel something that is not the pain and the vacuum of low sense of self and sense of worth. In fact, I think that's what the whole industry of pornography and sex trafficking is all about. It's about people who have unhealed souls, taking control of other people, using people, violating them, so that they can feel a sense of control, a sense of power. Because the worst thing to feel is powerless. It's one of the worst emotions to feel. So we engage in industries, and I say industries because this is a worldwide system set up to reproduce itself. So even though we might not realize that we're contributing to that, that's what we are doing. Whether it's watching pornography or saying nothing about it, I think every man has the opportunity. Every person, of course, but I'm speaking to men. Every man in particular, because it's a male-driven institution. We have the opportunity to shift that. And it starts by being healed and being well. When we do that, we can shift things. That's one of the reasons why I'm so invested in connecting with an organization called Rising Angels. And it is all about helping women be free of a life of pain coming from prostitution and to end sex trafficking. They have a number of wonderful programs, and I'm so glad to know about them. When Katarina McLeod came to our church, she spoke, and I'm telling you, I wept from a place that was so deep. And it was connected to my original experiences of trauma. To see how people have hurt people. To see how people have taken things from people. We all have the opportunity to give back. We all have the opportunity to be agents of healing. I'm just one. But I want to inspire people. I want to inspire every man that I could ever speak to be an agent of healing. First for yourself, and then for your families, then for your communities. We can do this. And it all starts with being well. So, the cost of an unhealed soul is the propagation or the continuation of trauma. Because we give what we've received. And I talked a little bit earlier about being in a position where we're looking to receive as opposed to realizing that we have so much to give. You know you're ready for a relationship when you know that you have something to give, that you are something and someone worth having. When you can see the beauty and the value in the other person, and your objective is to make their lives fulfilled and fulfilling so that their purpose can go out and change the world. When that's your motivation, and it's not a self-driven, I need this in order to feel this way, then your relationship is going to be on a much healthier foundation. So these are my thoughts about the cost of an unhealed soul. I want to know your thoughts. Share them with me when you can. Until we connect next, continue to learn, heal, and grow. And don't forget to subscribe and share if you found this video to have value.